Hi, this is Sophie Andrell. We're going to be adding a new element to Social Media Business Institute, so I thought I would create this short video to let you know about it. It's going to be a social media strategy workbook. So it's a little workbook that's going to take you through 9 elements. Now, this might sound familiar to you if you've read the book or if you've actually looked at the ebook about social media strategy, but the workbook's a little bit different. It's going to have some new elements in it. The workbook will be on the system next week, but I thought I'd create this little video so you can start thinking about it. I think it'll be very helpful. I find I use this technique when I'm doing my strategy sessions, and I thought we should add it to the Social Media Business Institute as well, one of the upfront elements. So why do you want online followers? State your purpose. Who do you want following you? Why would they follow you? What platforms are you going to use? And then what's the purpose of each platform? How will you measure success? What are the key words you're going to use on these platforms? What handles do you want everyone using? Where are you going to get your great content from? Who's going to be accountable for measuring and coordinating your efforts? And then who are your giants, the ambassadors that are going to help you grow? And then create your schedule at the end of all this to meet those goals. So what's it going to look like? It's going to look like this. So let me scroll down a little bit. So who do you want, like why? You always start with why. Why do you want online followers? And what I'm going to share with you is this aspect here. It's your purpose. You're going to be talking about what is your purpose. This is where you're going to list your purpose. It's your litmus test. Basically, everything you do after this should go back to this. Is it on that purpose? Is it on that list? If it's not, then I shouldn't be doing it. So is your purpose to position yourself as the go-to expert for anything on these specific topics? Well, then you want to tweet or Facebook about it, if those are the platforms you choose. Is it to increase traffic to your website? Well, then don't forget links to your website. So in the ebook that's already in Social Media Business Institute and in my own book, you've got more details on how you can expand on each of these. But that's going to be step 1 of the workbook, is going to be what is your purpose. The second piece is going to be, who do you want following you and why will they follow you? Who do you want following you? You want them to share your information to their followers, so you have content that they need. So you want followers who might have content that you need. So those are the kind of followers you might want. That's one type. Another type of follower is they want to come to your events. They love your events. They want to know more about your events. So that's another kind of follower that you want. You want followers who are going to click on your events and come to them, who want to know more about your events. They want to go back and see the pictures of your events, and they want to tag themselves in their events. So those are the kind of followers. Or do you want people who are going to come in and give donations to your cause? So they want to hear afterwards, where is my money gone? What's been going on? I want to feel good about my decision to donate here. So those kind of followers. Or people who are potential clients who are going to buy your services or products. So they want to hear about testimonials. So you got to figure out who and why, who's following you. So that's step 2. And step 3 is, what platforms will you use? And this is what the workbook will take you through, as well as what platforms you'll use. So is your target audience mainly females? So is it mainly females, therefore, and you happen to have a lot of visuals and videos? Well, then Pinterest is definitely for you if you're mainly females and you have visuals and videos. If it's leisure, then you also want to be on Facebook. So we've got to think about that. Leisure equals Facebook. Leisure equals Pinterest. Females definitely equals Pinterest. Is it all business services and products? Well, then you need to be on LinkedIn. Maybe not so much Facebook, maybe not so much Pinterest. Are you want to be a source of constant information for a topic or for a community, and you want to be the curator where you're deciding, I'm going to send this out because I'm the thought leader on this content of this topic or in this community of events? So you want a Twitter handle perhaps. So if you're all about leisure and entertainment, you definitely want to be Facebook. People go to Facebook to chill out. And do you have the type of clients that allow you to capture them on video? Do you have someone like myself who loves to share a story on video? So then you probably need a YouTube channel where you can capture your content and then share it out through these other mediums and be found on video, and also embedded in your website to increase your Google ranking, because as you know, once you put a video in your website from Google, it increases your search engine optimization. So which platform makes sense? That you need to choose. So first you're going to choose your purpose, then you choose why would they follow me and what kind of followers do I want. Okay, now that I know what kind of followers I want, where are they? So once you've chosen that, this is something that I have put together for a client of mine, and basically we chose certain platforms, and after we chose those platforms, we said, okay, on Twitter, the primary purpose of Twitter is going to be information broadcasting, including incidents, emergencies, coverage, road closures, so forth. What's Facebook going to be? The primary purpose of Facebook is going to be redirecting people to our website, engagement, including promotion of events, posting our photos, discussing a position, responding to an incident, promoting a campaign. What is going to be Pinterest? Pinterest, primary topic of Pinterest is going to be promoting the beauty of the area, in this case, more of a tourism kind of tool. LinkedIn is going to be primary business to business, recruitment into our organization. And YouTube is going to be a posting of videos to put a human face on their organization. They wanted to personalize the organization. So that they decided what their purpose was for each one after they knew what their full purpose was, who they were targeting, what channels they decided to use, and then what their purpose was for each channel. You can see their purpose on each channel is a little bit different. Finally, how will you measure success? Will you measure success by increased links to your website from Facebook? You're going to measure success by the number of people who sign up for your events through Twitter. How are you going to measure success? You got to define that so that you know if you're successful or not. And here's an example of a client of mine where we talked about what their measures of success were. What they did was they took their own goals. So they stood for advocacy. They stand for advocating a certain topic. So they were going to measure success by the number of retweets they got by an identified list of people that they considered as giants or important in their industry or community. So that was one measure of success. So all social media posts are going to be therefore written with the intent and hope that's going to be retweeted by one of their giants so they can achieve this goal. Another element that they stood for was customer service. They wanted to improve customer service. They stood for good customer service. So they wanted to increase the number of redirects from social media to their online resources. They have a ton of online resources. They wanted to make sure people knew about these online resources, and they were going to measure the number of incoming links to their online resources from these social media efforts that they were doing. Another one was youth programs. They were trying to increase the engagement with youth. So they're simply going to measure the comments from youth. So these are real measures. Keep them simple. Don't have a whole number of them. Keep them simple so you can actually manage them. Okay, those are good examples here. So 5, your keywords. Critical, critical, critical. There are keyword tools that we have through our system, through Social Media Business Institute, that you want to use. Go to the keyword tool, you put in the words that you believe are your keywords, pick 5 of them. It will tell you, this word is overused. You may consider this word or that word. So choose your keywords wisely. Or it'll tell you, this word, no one is searching for it. So don't use that keyword. It'll tell you words that are similar and more human-friendly versus perhaps to some of us use dialogue that our clients would never use, but we use it because it's something we're familiar with and it's maybe too scientific for a client. So get to know what they use. Make sure, these should actually be 2 separate topics. This will be changed for the handbook. What handles do you want everyone using? If you have a large organization, can't tell you how many times I go into an organization large ones, small ones, and I said, so what is your Twitter handle? And everyone's embarrassed because they don't know, so they can't tell anyone to mention them. So make sure everybody knows what your handles are. We have a whole section on that, but that shouldn't be there. This should just talk about keywords. Then list the possible material creators. Where is your material for posting going to come from? Is it only your staff? Is it your clients? Is it your suppliers? I work with a lot of people who have fabulous suppliers, like Cisco is a fabulous supplier. They have a ton of excellent information. I was working with the Canadian Cancer Society. They have solid information in the center, and then they have their communities use the information they've created. So you might have your own clients create the testimonials. You might capture your clients. Of course, you'll need their permission. You might have a central source. You might have industry experts that have nothing to do with your company, but they are complementary to what you do, and you want to share their information. So list that. Be clear as to where you get your content from. It's not all something you create. It'll be a mix. I don't know if it'll be 40% yours, 60% someone else's, but that's kind of the mix I'm seeing. It's not all yours. It's a mix. You're a curator of what is good information and what your purpose is. So, almost done here. There's 9 elements. So the 7th element, who's going to be accountable for measuring and coordinating your efforts? Someone needs to be accountable. It'll be part of something they're already doing, perhaps. Maybe it's yourself. Maybe you're going to hire someone. Maybe you're going to hire us. So it's someone who's accountable for measuring. There are tools that we take you through, but that's a tactic. What you need to know on your strategy is who's accountable for measuring and coordinating your efforts, so that you have someone that you can go to and say, how did we do last month over last year? How did we do last month over the month before? You know, we really want to drive, so they are able to tell you with numbers how you're actually doing. Do you have more youth now that you're trying to get youth? Did you actually increase the number of people clicking on your event when you pay a little bit of advertisement on Facebook? So who's accountable for those measures? Then number 8, list those ambassadors. So you need to actually know who the ambassadors are. Who are the giants who might retweet or share your information? You want to list them. You're going to go out, someone in your organization is manually going to go out and find their handles, and they're going to find their Facebook pages, but first you need to give them guidance as to, we need all their media listed. We need all of those that are experts in who have youth organizations. Like, who is it that you want? List them, and then you start mentioning them, or your tactics are afterwards that people are going to mention them in your post. You're going to mention the giants so that they see it in this world of very, very busy social media. It's basically tapping them on the shoulder when you mention them. Say, hey, I've got some content you might want. They'll actually then notice it and hopefully share it out. No guarantee they're going to share it out, but if you don't start by listing who they are and mentioning them, it won't happen. Finally, create your schedule. This is how you stay sane. This is how you don't go crazy. You know maybe that your campaign is in March. That's when you have to bring in $20 million. Between now and then, you have a campaign. You're telling your story 3 times a week. You're asking for funds twice a week. You're giving in testimonials 4 times a month. So put it all into a calendar. Where will I get my content? Then you know if you're being successful or not through your measures that you've put in place. You're meeting your purpose. You know who your target market is, and now you have a schedule or a calendar. I just call it a marketing calendar that you put into place that helps that helps keep you on track so you don't fall behind. So those are the 9 steps to our social media strategy, and this is a workbook we're going to put together for you. I hope you found that helpful.